Hey, I'm Reagan, and I'm going to learn how to make a crochet tapestry. This all started because the wall behind me is bare and sad, and I've lived here for over a year now, and I'm sick of the sad and dreary walls. So why buy decor when I can make my life more complicated and harder and make it myself? That is honestly a motto I unfortunately live by, but it will be fun. So I was thinking about what I do in my beanbag, and that's mostly watching movies and playing games with my friends, and also playing Animal Crossing, because I'm having a bit of an Animal Crossing renaissance in my life right now. I wanted to do Isabella. She is a little yellow dog. She gives you the morning news. I looked up photos of her, and I realized very quickly how complicated that would be. So I went back to the drawing board and going with the video games, but also Animal Crossing. I decided to do the Animal Crossing edition of the Switch. I remember when it came out because it was around the time I got my Switch, which was in early 2020, and I thought it was absolutely beautiful, but I had never played Animal Crossing before, so I didn't want to get a Switch of a special edition of a game that I might hate. That being said, it is still the game with the most amount of hours played on it, and again, I'm playing it again, so I really did not need to worry. But anyway, I think that is what I'm going to do. I went to Google Sheets and made myself a little color chart. This is the first color chart I've ever done, and I've also not looked up any tutorials on how to do a tapestry. I looked up a quick article and went, yep, okay, it's single crochet, and that was the extent of my research. So, yeah. I did try to limit the colors because I have only ever worked with one color before for color work and not multiple. So we will see how this goes. It's a mixture of colors that I actually bought for this project and colors that I already own from previous projects, because why not get some stash busting while I'm in here, because I'm running out of space for yarn. So for the colors, they are mostly Big Twist. This one is, what color is it? Nile Green, and as for which yarn of theirs it is, it's Value yarn. It is 100% acrylic, and for a tapestry, I honestly think that's perfectly fine. I want it to last, and it was cheap, so if I make mistakes, that's okay. For the other Joy-Con, I got, I believe, Aqua. Yeah, Aqua. These are honestly really close to the Switch Joy-Cons. I think the universe was on my side. It decided that I needed this tapestry. I also got for the background this nice light pink in the color Light Rose. For the screen, I got Titanium Gray. And for the border of the screen that doesn't actually light up, mine's kind of thick because it is an older Switch at this point, I have this dark gray. I believe it was just called Charcoal, and if I can find or remember which yarn brand it was, I will put it up, but I do know it's 100% acrylic. I'm really excited to start, so let's not waste any more time. Should I be concerned? This is stressful. Okay. I fear it's not going to get better than this. So my first little progress report check-in. This is as far as I've gotten. But so far, I think it's going well. It's looking very tidy on the back, unlike the string coming from the seams. But that'll get cut. That's fine. That's not staying. This is where we're at. I really am liking the colors. They're honestly really close to the actual Joy-Cons this is based off of. There have been changes and learning moments already. So this is my first tapestry, and I did not look up a tutorial. I just kinda did a quick Google search and looked at the first article, but the person was still very helpful. One of the things was catching your floats, I think it's called, so that you don't have these long strings, essentially. I don't know how often to do that though. I've been doing it every 5 stitches, and that feels kind of like a lot, but maybe it's because I'm carrying multiple colors over. I have made a checkerboard sweater vest before, and instead of doing this where I carried my floats all the way across, it had me pull from both ends of the skein of yarn so that it wasn't, you didn't have to like weave in all the ends, but also you didn't have to do the floats. And looking back on it, probably should have done that with probably at least the dark gray and the pink. I suppose I could go back. Well, not go back. I cut the string and redo it or continue on differently. I don't think I'm going to do that. Also, the other thing I've learned is using my little bag might have been a mistake. I've never used this many colors in a project. There are 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5. 5 colors. And I have this bag, it was a gift, and it's one of those ones where you put your yarn in it and then there is a top on it with little holes in it, and you put the yarn through that and the yarn stays in the bag. And I think it's supposed to be so that it doesn't get tangled. It got tangled very quickly. I don't even think I made it to the next round before it got tangled again. So I'm just kind of hoping at this point that it doesn't get so tangled that it's a problem, like it messes with my tension or anything. I probably should have just kept the yarn out, and then that way I could untangle it as I went, but it's okay. I suppose this is easy to carry around with me to different rooms and all that. But I have gone pretty far on my little chart that I made, but I am hoping tonight, so it's 9:30. I don't know if I've said that. It's 9:30-ish. Almost 9:45 p.m. actually. And right now I just did that button. So maybe between like a third and a quarter of the way through this. I want to get in here somewhere tonight. I don't know how successful I'll be at it, but I'm going to try. I guess YouTube will be keeping me company. Right now I'm watching Knit with Callie. I found her and her sisters on TikTok, and now I've been watching her long form videos on YouTube, and it's been a lot of fun. So anyway, I am going to, things are getting serious now. Time to strap in. No, this is so hard to do on your own, you know? Or maybe I'm just not the most coordinated. Neither here nor there. Okay. Time to get the show on the road. So it's been a bit since I last updated you. I think I last updated on Saturday. Today's Monday, and yesterday was Super Bowl Sunday. I did not mean for that to rhyme. Anyway, I'm not a huge football fan, but I did go to a Super Bowl party just for the vibes. The vibes were not it when the Chiefs were pitiful at the beginning, but alas, whatever. As someone who's not very invested in it, just wasn't, the tension wasn't there. But, you know, it was a good time to play games. And as you can guess, did not do a lot of crocheting yesterday. But as I was just playing Fortnite with some of my friends, and I suck at it, so when I'm dead, I crochet. So I got the main image done. I just finished that row, and then I just have this section of pink up here. And then I'm done. I just have to attach it to the stick thingy that I'm going to use to hang it on. So honestly, this is going by way faster than I thought it would. But it has been a lot of fun. Although my tension is definitely getting looser, and you can see it from it kind of going out. Blocking fixes everything. Right? Yeah. The voice crack was very convincing. Yeah, my colors got tangled quite a bit, and I was not feeling like untangling it, so I just would cut it and reattach it. That happened 2 or 3 times. So I have so many ends to weave in, so I'm honestly debating on doing that, at least a few of them now, rather than waiting for them all at the end, because I know people talk about Sleeve Island, where they do the first sleeve, and then the second sleeve, they just kind of end up on Sleeve Island, and they don't want to do it. That is me with weaving in my ends. It doesn't take very long, but my gosh, do I despise it. So, I'm trying to, I don't know, maybe avoid that, or else, knowing me, it will be months before it actually gets put up. overall, I think this is actually looking fine. I think it will look very cute on, I'm unraveling it, on the wall. There are a couple mistakes, which of course I can tell. But again, I'm sure with blocking it'll be fine, and with time, I will forget. Sometimes I swear I'm gonna get stuck in this thing. I had a pillow. No. Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna be too careful, I'll be dead honest, with the weaving ends, because it's not like I'm gonna wear it. It's not gonna unravel while I wear it, so whatever. Also, a little doodad that I got that I absolutely love. I think I just got like a 3-pack of these on Amazon. I think they're by Clover. It's a little yarn threader so that you don't, I can never seem to get the yarn through the hole. So it's so much easier just to put this in there and then the yarn through here and just whoop. I am almost done with the crocheting portion. I got 4 rows left. I actually did all of these 9 rows last night when I was playing Fortnite with my friends. No, I was not multitasking, really. I just kept dying because every video game skill I had just left my brain. I don't know. And so while I was waiting to be rebooted, I just crocheted. And so clearly I made good use of my time. And yeah, I'm just gonna finish up the last 4 rows as I said. Then I'm gonna block it and hang it up. Exciting, and my wall won't be quite so bare. I finished the tapestry and I really like it. This is what it looks like. And I ended up doing a border of slip stitches around it just because you could really tell when I had lost stitches in a few of the rows, and so I just did that to mask it a little bit, which there's still a little bit of a bend, but definitely not as pronounced as it was, and used single crochets to get it onto the dowels. Actually, I first tried to connect the string to hang it on just the tapestry, no dowels. Did not go well. As you can guess, it bent inwards, it kind of curved, as it does, as things do. And then I put it on the dowel and tried to, yet again, attach it to the tapestry or the stick itself. It did the same thing. I don't know why my brain wasn't logicking, but it just was not happening. So I ended up just looking it up. I think that was the only thing I really struggled with this whole time. And I found a person's YouTube video, and I'll put up the person's username if I can find it, where she actually drilled it. So I used the smallest drill bit that I have. I do happen to have a drill, so that worked out. Yeah, smallest drill bit, I put a ton of knots in the string so that it won't come through. And I also had to saw off the excess part of the dowel, or it's a stick, because my Joann's, I don't know if this is true of all craft stores, but they only had dowels in 3 feet, which is obviously a lot longer than this. So I did end up having to saw it and sand it, which luckily were things I already owned, but I didn't get clips of that because I was just getting so frustrated trying to figure this out. But in the end, it worked out. I will say with the drilling, I accidentally rolled it when I was doing the second side, so they're not quite in alignment, but they're really close. And I figure that once it's hanging, gravity will do its thing and it will kind of even out. So try not to worry about it too much. That is the, I don't know, the quirkiness of handmade decor. So I have a command hook up on my wall already, so I am really excited to hang it up. And oh, I did weigh this just to see with the command hook how much it can take, because they do have a little weight limit on them. This actually does not weigh as much as I thought it did. It weighs, I think it was 7.6 ounces. So hopefully that works for the command hook that I have. The one I have was left over from other stuff, and it said it was for lights, like fairy lights. Obviously this weighs more than a little light bulb, but I'm hoping it will be fine since it is light, and if it's, you know, not the best, it's okay. I can always go back and change it. That seems to be the mantra of this video. So let's go put it up. If you liked this video, you might like some of my others, so
you can get to those here.
Ta-da!